Gosh, you know what's funny? And I just thought of this. So when I was working on the Munsters today, we were shooting on the same lot. We were shooting on the Universal lot at the same time they were shooting Back to the Future 2, when they were shooting all the future sequences. So I was on set almost every day watching them film, and I became friendly with a lot of people. And I became friendly with Michael J. Fox's stunt double because where Michael J. Fox and I are sort of similar heights. His stunt double was similar heights to me, and I bought his t-shirt and jeans that he wore.
He is the one and only Jason Marsden. Golf claps.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah. Wait, I got a nice zoom in. Here we go.
Oh gosh. What's going on?
I'm trying to match the production value that you got going on. That was outstanding.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So
I only got like 15 minutes before we go see Doctor Strange in the multiverse of sadness.
I am very, very, very excited. I know we were talking about that before we started. Are you hoping, like, what are you hoping for most out of Doctor Strange? Are you looking forward to maybe characters that we don't know are going to be in it? Anything in particular?
I'm definitely looking forward to surprises. Like we talked about a second earlier, like I have no expectation for what I saw in the trailer, and the trailers have been very. I mean, there's this Easter eggs that they've been throwing us. I'm excited to see how they explore all that. I'm excited to see some maybe familiar faces, just surprises, and then Sam Raimi. See some Sam Raimi, horror and humor. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I did hear it's like the one thing that everyone that has seen it already said, it's very Sam Raimi. So take that as you will. I know. Now,
yes.
Here's my question for you, Mars. So knowing Sam Raimi, do you think we're going to get a Bruce Campbell cameo?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I was a betting woman, I'm like going in, I'm like, please, we need some Ash. Please, please, please. So we shall see. But
wouldn't that be, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be awesome?
I know. Let's just will it into
Ash is officially part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh my gosh. Ash and his super arm. But I wanted to kind of start off by saying we saw each other not too long ago in Richmond.
Yes.
And one of the things that stuck out to me was you killed it, my friend, at karaoke. You did Power of Love.
You killed it at karaoke. Come on. Every time I just saw you on your Instagram, you did you killed it another karaoke. My goodness.
I love karaoke, when I say, but you, first of all, it's all about the song, and you had a great song, Power of Love, of course, from Back to the Future, but you're also a showman. So like you had everyone in the palm of your hand. It was amazing.
If I remember correctly, was there a little girl? I think there was a little girl I was singing to.
Yes.
And that helped. She was like 3 and really couldn't care less, but I had her captivated for a moment, so I sang Power of Love to her.
I think she was a little Supergirl. Yes, front row. Yes. Love it. So what are some of your other like favorite go-to karaoke songs, or what's a song when someone's singing it you have to just like get in the pit?
Oh man. I have like a list because I sometimes forget, but I have like a Ray Charles song.
Okay.
Always doing sometimes I'll do Sweet Transvestite. I'll do like some show tunes usually.
What? So you have like the wide array of like karaoke songs from Rocky Horror Picture Show to like what's a show tune that you're really into?
If I'm lucky and they have Mean Green Mother from Outer Space from Little Shop of Horrors, the movie version, I'm all about that.
My favorite musical of all time. So I literally just auditioned for Audrey. They're doing a local production. So
did you know? Oh, that'd be great. I've always wanted to play Seymour. I could kill it. I would love to play Seymour. That'd be so much fun.
You should audition.
All right. I can handle the commute, I think.
Done. Yeah, I know it's not too far from Nashville. I mean, so you're currently in Nashville, right?
I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Correct.
Fabulous. So what are some like off the beaten path places that are in Nashville that maybe people don't know about?
Well, I mean, speaking of karaoke, and if you ever come to visit, I will take you there. It's one of the best little local hangouts. And there's Nashville downtown where all the honky tonks are, but people need to know more about East Nashville.
Okay.
Nashville. And there's a place called the Lipstick Lounge, and it's a fantastic lesbian bar, and it's big 2-story purple house, and it has like a big chair outside that's shaped like lips, and they have great like game nights and trivia nights, and the karaoke is off the hook.
That is like literally my dream place.
It's fantastic.
How fun is that?
Yes.
And I wanted to mention, because obviously you've been promoting it quite a bit, but it's Nashville Comic-Con, right? Is coming up pretty soon.
Yes, Nashville Comic-Con, June 4th and 5th at the Nashville Fairgrounds. That's right. I'm actually helping. I've been a guest at many cons. This is the first time I'm actually like helping to produce a con. They were crazy enough to ask me for my input, and I it's been so much fun. Yeah, we're gonna have my pal Will Friedle. Oh, I see Remy D 504. That's my squeeze. That's my squeeze tuning in right now. Hey, Remy D. My pal Will Friedle is going to be there from Boy Meets World. Olivia Hack, my pal Olivia Hack from Brady Bunch movies and Avatar. We got Kenny James, Carrie Jones from Star Wars. A lot of great artists. Some great media guests, great cosplay guests. Remy D also be a great cosplay guest. I'm very, very excited. Yeah.
So what's been the biggest challenge, if there has been any, now that the roles are reversed? Not only are you a guest at the convention, like you said, you're working the convention too. What would you say, if there has been one, the biggest challenge?
That is a great question. Yeah, there has been many challenges. I wouldn't say that challenge. It's more like education, like things that I wouldn't think about. Like, if you want to do a convention, you find a space to do it, you have to hope that, maybe they'll include chairs. If not, you have to get chairs. What about the pipe and drape, the black curtains or the curtains? Do they have that? You might have to, get that. Insurance, like, can we have a guest come on stage or an attendee come on stage? You can't. I mean, these like little things that are boring and that you don't want to know. But if you're going to run a show professionally and safely, then there are things that you have to know. So like they came to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do like a bar crawl, a cosplay bar crawl. I want to have this. I want to have like fire eaters and stuff like that, and music. And they're like, hold on. Hold your phone. It's a first year con. We have a very modest budget. Let's just focus on like what we can do at the moment. So that's the challenge has been like trying to calm down my excitement about it.
Right. And then next year you'll get the fire and the bar crawl and all that good stuff. It's crazy because it's only a month away. Isn't it insane thinking it's
coming up? Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to do it. Just to have my friends come into town and I get to show them around and get to see the infrastructure behind the scenes of it as well.
And so, of course, you mentioned cosplayers, which are like a huge part of any convention. Now, do you cosplay, Mars? Like, is that something that you do?
I have done it. I did a Dragon Con because, man, if you've never been to Dragon Con, have you been to Dragon Con? You must have.
I haven't.
Oh, Cadet.
That's like the one. I know.
It's like the Burning Man of conventions. It's ridiculous. It's like 80,000 people in Atlanta proper, and it takes up like 5 hotels or something like that. But the cosplay is off the chain. Like you get so inspired. So one year I went and my partner and I, Remy D, we did Sloth and Chunk from Goonies. We did not Quint. She was a shark, and I was I can't talk right now. Just type it in. Remy, what was it?
Remy in the comments, please. Okay, so did someone do the truffle shuffle, right, from the Goonies?
Yeah, she was Chunk, I was Sloth, but I was like I was Chief Brody. Yeah, I was Chief Brody. She was the
Thank you.
She was
with
the shark.
Assist. How fun!
It was so much fun. And my favorite cosplay I did, because I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I cosplayed as young Indiana Jones, the River Phoenix version from Last Crusade.
Oh my gosh!
So I was wearing like a Boy Scout uniform, walking around, being like, "Mr. Havelock, anybody? Everyone's lost but me."
Oh, how fun! And I believe if it's I'm assuming it's next year because it seems like everything's just getting pushed back. But we're getting another Indiana Jones film, right? Is it happening?
Yes, I know they finished shooting a long time ago, and I heard them announce it. It's gonna drop in 2023.
Once again, not so far off. I mean, there's a lot of things to look forward to movie-wise.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm
I'm looking
stoked for that.
I'm looking very much forward to the 4th Indiana Jones film.
Right,
Because after Last Crusade, there's no other Indiana Jones film. This will be the 4th Indiana Jones film. Fight me on this.
And how do we feel about snakes?
I have to say I like snakes because my partner owns a snake. She has a snake.
Perfect.
There's a ball python. Yes.
I like snakes too. I have no problem. But it's so funny because especially like going back, rewatching the movies and watching a lot of like movies and TV shows from my childhood. And I'm not sure whether like you've seen this theory going around too, where people are like, in our adult lives, we don't really experience quicksand as much as these movies used to be. Like quicksand was everywhere, right? Like you walk outside, quicksand, you go to the mall, right?
Yeah, Gilligan's Island, most cartoons, that was like a trope in cartoons, is having quicksand. I'm like, wow, where do you like encounter that? Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't know. I have yet to see it. Have you ever like seen quicksand? Where is it?
No, but I think that I have seen enough quicksand in movies that I think I know how to get out of it. Do you know how? Would you know how to do it?
Absolutely not. That's my ultimate demise. I'm gone. No.
All right. Well,
what are the skills?
We'll travel together. You gotta not move.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, someone has a branch, or there's multiple people, and they can form like a human chain. But the thing is, you're not supposed to move or wriggle. I suppose.
Okay, you stand nice and still. Yes. I mean, in my scenario, I'm alone, and I just like happen to be walking somewhere and into the quicksand. Like, there's no one there with the branch. That's that's it for me. Yeah, see. And I'll put my hand up as I go into the water. Okay, so before I go into my next question, Kathleen wanted to know, what do you think of the new Monsters project, which obviously Rob Zombie is spearheading? So any thoughts?
Yes, Kathleen is probably asking that because I am an Eddie Munster. I played an Eddie Munster.
You are.
I was, I think, the 3rd or 4th. And Butch Patrick, the original Eddie Munster, just called me last week, which trips me out that I'm actually friends with the original Eddie Munster.
He's wonderful.
Every time he calls me. It's crazy. I'm very excited about it. I think I like Rob Zombie. I like his movies. I think he's a fantastic director. And my pal Dan Roebuck is playing Grandpa. I'm also excited to see what they do with this, especially because Rob Zombie boasts that it's not going to be R-rated. It's going to be like PG-13.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see more of a comedic side to it, but I'm very excited about it. How about you?
Oh, I'm very excited. I love every project that he's associated with, whether it's his music or his films or his art. I'm definitely a big fan. I feel like the only thing we've really seen is just, from on-set photos. We don't really know what the plot's going to be. I know that there's people from the original project and other projects that will be in it as well. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, so excited.
Will there be quicksand? Who knows? It's very possible.
Might be quicksand.
Maybe. Plot twist. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was you got to be part of the highly publicized and iconic 90s convention, which happened like earlier this year, right? And it's that had to be very surreal for you because you were part of multiple projects that were featured there. But who were you most excited to reconnect with? And what other 90s properties do you think they should maybe bring next year?
Great questions. Yeah, first off, 90s Con was a slam dunk, grand, a big hit. I mean, people loved it. It was such a perfect idea. I was so thrilled to be part of it. I mean, I can't pick just one person I wanted to see. There was so, like you said, I was so fortunate to have worked in a lot of 90s shows that it was like a high school reunion for me. Gotten to see my pal Will Friedle, who I hadn't seen in years, actually. The cast of Hocus Pocus, Vanessa Shaw and Omri Katz, again, hadn't seen in like decades. I haven't seen Omri in decades since we worked on Erie, Indiana. The cast of Full House, of course. Melissa Joan Hart and I did like a movie of the week. I was excited. I was excited to meet Christopher Lloyd. He was there. The cast of Family Matters. Here's an interesting one. I actually, not a lot of people know this, but I did all the narration promos for the new Mickey Mouse Club when it was launching. I did the launch of it, and then they just kept me on. Like, coming up next, new episode of the Mickey Mouse Club. See what Justin and Brittany does next. And so they had like a few members of the Mickey Mouse Club there who I'd never met, but we were aware of each other. So that was fun to share space with them. And that's.
I feel like you're that thread that just like literally connected every show of the 90s. I wonder if there's some like, you know how people try to connect things and they're like,
Sure.
oh, I want, how is Step by Step like connected to Full House? And it's, I don't know, maybe there's some weird thing with your characters in a multiverse.
Maybe I'm a multiverse sort of thing. Maybe I'm just like this detective or something from another planet that had to disguise himself to interact with the different shows.
I think you're onto something. The Mars-verse or something. Oh,
The
6 degrees of Jason
Marsverse.
Marsden.
Yeah.
The Mars-verse.
I love it.
This is
Thanks,
great. And
dude.
so
yeah.
what properties do you think you would like to see next year at 90s Con?
I think I would love to see like Married with Children. I mean, Saved by the Bell. That's a no-brainer.
Time out. Yeah.
Gosh, maybe some more. What shows I like? I like Quantum Leap. You know, if we got Scott Bakula down there.
Scott Bakula.
Yes, that'd be pretty awesome, for sure.
Yeah. You have people agreeing with you on Quantum Leap. And it's funny, my buddy Elgin, who is amazing, we did a TV show together, like a reality show together, gosh, 8 or 9 years ago. And he reminded me that in the TV show, you technically are eliminated, and he was eliminated in quicksand. So there we go. Yeah. What a way to go.
Oh, sorry, Elgin.
I
There was
know.
no one there to throw you a branch or a conveniently located piece of rope.
No, I waved goodbye and took the $10,000. So, well, speaking of
I have
the
to
90s,
say hello to Miss L'Oreal, who keeps hello, L'Oreal.
please say hello
Miss
to
Lore,
everybody.
Miss Lore, who's a big
Oh.
supporter of Mars. She's great. Yeah, I should cosplay as Doctor Strange. I should have, before I shaved, I should have kept my goatee.
Well, now you got to grow it again.
Yes.
You
I'll
got,
do it.
you got a month. Do you have a favorite 90s TV theme song? There's so many epic good ones, but like what's one that like would constantly get stuck in your head?
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
Yeah, that one is like, that's the one where like I'll be laying in bed, like, getting ready to close my eyes, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, and then like seriously, that song just replays in my head in a loop.
Danger. All right.
I mean, I know. I'm like, I can't sleep. I gotta listen to DuckTales. Did you ever watch the reboot? I never got to watch the new one. I think it was with David Tennant, right?
Yes. I watched a little bit of it, and I performed in it a little bit as well.
Okay, well now I need to watch that too. You're just in everything. I mean, so
to quote Indiana Jones, I'm like a bad penny. I always turn up.
I love that quote. It's good. But okay, so another thing obviously is Max Goof is kind of ingrained in 90s culture, 2000s, he's just ingrained in everything essentially, especially for kids, and just, it's interesting because I was talking to Jude about it earlier today about what sets Goofy Movie apart from a lot of other Disney films is it feels very different. Kids have the ability to connect to your character in a different way. It's not the same way that someone would connect to a Disney princess, because it's almost like we felt like Max Goof, it's like we went through the same stuff.
Sure.
But for you, like, what was ingrained in your childhood as far as like characters or culture wise?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, like my growing up was, DuckTales, Knight Rider, Quantum Leap, Transformers. Was a big Transformers fan. Is that what you mean? Is that
Sure.
what you're getting at?
Yeah, I don't know whether I actually had a good question, but you're answering it perfectly. So.
So yeah, superheroes, action, teamwork. I'm an only child, so I didn't have a
Me
team
too.
really. So, oh right, hey, yeah, bam.
Woohoo!
That's why we get along so well.
I know.
We're tiny and we're only children.
Yes, love it. Living. Oh my gosh, we could totally market and brand ourselves.
Yes, yes.
And so I guess the follow-up question is, can you teach us how to do the perfect, I can't even pretend like I know how to do it, the perfect yuck?
The perfect yuck, absolutely, because I learned
Okay.
this by watching Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, because when we were first recording it, I would see he would like put his entire body into like a convulsion. It would start like almost in his belly, like just kind of bring it up. It's you're basically going yeah, and then you end it with a yuck. Give it a shot. Give it a shot, kid.
I feel like that. Okay, hold on. I have to like try not to laugh. Okay, yuck.
Well, part of it is a natural laugh. I mean, that's his natural laugh. and actually I added that in the movie. I borrowed that from watching Bill, and when Max would laugh, I was like, oh, he'd probably kind of laugh like his dad, so I kind of threw that in, and they used that in the movie. They added that part of it to the film.
That's so great, and Bill is
Yeah.
so wonderful. I'm obsessed with him. He's just so cool. That
Oh
has to
God.
be like really neat for you too, especially like being at conventions together again.
I love doing cons with Bill because Bill, like most people, don't know who he is. He's not really a face actor, and he'll be at his table, and he's this unassuming older guy, and he's probably like looking at his phone, looking at videos of his son playing drums or whatnot, some vacation he was on, and then someone will walk by his table and they'll look at the pictures of Goofy and they'll look at him, they'll look back at the picture of Goofy, look at him, and they'll go, "Are you the voice of Goofy?" And he'll look at him and go, "Well, gosh, I sure am." And then they burst into confetti. These people, they just melt. They just melt. It's like there he is, like right in front of you. And have you ever like spent the night at like a Disney resort?
Sure. Yeah.
You can get a wake up call, and the wake up call, and I did this once. And the wake up call is Goofy. Hey, rise and shine, buddy. Time to wake up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have to do that next time after a long night of hearing the DuckTales theme going over in my head.
Yes.
Then I'll wake up to Goofy. That is hilarious. So wait, so they because I don't think I've ever gotten like a wake up call before, but like, is that what are their characters? I wonder who would be like who would be the weirdest character, whether it's part of that franchise or anything ever, to wake up to from a phone call.
Probably Donald Duck. You'd be like, wait, what'd you say? What? Crit call.
I'm trying to think of like a weird, like just totally off the cusp, like who would be someone strange? I would like a Dr. Frankenfooter wake up call.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
That would be kind of fun, right?
Yes. Morning, darling. How do you do? I think you need to get to the buffet. Yes.
I see you wake up with and then you're just like patient. I don't know. Yes. I'll have to work on it. I'll workshop that.
Patient.
So, okay, I wanted to talk about something that you did over those past interesting years of our life when things got a little paused. Everyone, took a little pause in our life. So I wanted to talk about the Jason Marsden variety show. And so were you a fan of variety shows growing up? And who would you say are some of your favorite hosts?
Thank you for bringing that up. It's the Mars Variety Show. It's on YouTube. Yes. If you haven't seen it, you want to know about it, I'd love for people to check it out. If anything, please hit the like and subscribe button. You know how that is. Super important. So yes, I grew up watching a lot of variety shows like the Kel Burnett show, Tim Conway show. I even watched like Hee Haw, Laugh-In. These are shows that maybe your parents would know about. But there was just something raw and organic about them. Some, they were kind of like SNL. They were taped live, and if things messed up, they kind of went with it. And I always loved that magic of it. The Dean Martin show is a favorite of mine. I only watched that as an adult, and that's actually kind of what inspired the Mars Variety Show. And what I liked about it is Dean Martin reportedly never rehearsed. He refused. They would rehearse the skits, they would rehearse the dancers, and then he'd just show up and do whatever he wanted. And sometimes he would disrupt the scene, but it would always work. And I wanted to develop something like that for the local Nashville music scene, the music and comedy scene, because when I first moved here, I don't know if other people assume this, but Nashville is more than just country music. It's there's all sorts of. I mean, we have a growing hip hop scene. There's some great punk, there's some great rock, and a lot of great talent. that nobody knows about, and they don't get enough stage time. So I'm like, let me develop a project to showcase that. There's great music and stand-up comedy, so the show kind of deals with that. As far as like hosts, I'd have to say Dean Martin. I mean, like, just he was a talent himself. He was great working with everybody that came onto his show. His the lack of rehearsal and just anything that could happen just really bled through. He's definitely someone I emulate when I host a show.
I had no idea about Dean Martin, and I like to say, like, I love the Rat Pack. I mean, just how
kid,
cool.
Do yourself a favor and look up some YouTube videos of like some best of Dean Martin stuff. I mean, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I've
watched a lot of his roasts. I like, especially over the past couple of years, that's a thing that I went back and did and watched like a lot of the old school roasts. And gosh, I mean, they still hold up. Super funny. Okay, so you gave the fact about Dean Martin. I know Frank Sinatra would only do things in one take, right? I
Sure.
believe that to be the case, whether that was the music or movies. And he was initially supposed to star in Carousel, but I believe at the time they were filming with two different types of cameras. So they would do one shot with one camera. I apologize because I don't remember the name of the second camera, but it was like Technicolor, which meant he would have to film it twice. So that's why he didn't do Carousel.
That's what happens when you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's what it is. Uh-oh.
Okay. Can I say that?
Yeah, you just did. You sure can. And then other fun fact, my dad got to play golf with Sammy Davis Jr., which I am very jealous. I know.
That must be great.
I'm very, very jealous. But
how did that happen? How did your dad, what did your dad do?
So my dad at the time was a Cabana boy. This was, I believe, back in Pittsburgh. And so Sammy Davis Jr. came through, and my dad, I believe, was like his caddy, or I'd have to get the exact thing of the story, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
Is that where you're from?
My family's all from Pittsburgh. Yeah, they're from.
I lived in Pittsburgh for 2 years when I was a kid.
It's now. Do you call people Yinzers?
No. I wasn't there long. I know there's like a Usins and the Dems. I mean, there's like a language, a Pittsburgh language. I never picked it up, but I remember people talking about that.
Yeah, instead of like y'all, it's kind of like yins, and we're big Yinzers around these parts. But I do love Pittsburgh, and they to shout out Pittsburgh, they have wonderful conventions out there as well. So I
hope to get back there. I haven't been there since I was a kid. It would be nice. Yeah.
Putting it out there. We got to get you back to a Pittsburgh convention.
I love Pittsburgh. Invite me. Invite me and kid.
Let's go. Come on. Well, Steel City Comic Con, call us. How do you feel about, I believe it's like a special sandwich where it's like they have the sandwich, but then they put French fries on it? I know that's like a Pittsburgh thing. Are you a fan? How do we feel about this?
Sure. Sounds great.
Yeah? You're into it?
Absolutely. Why not? Yeah.
Okay. Why not?
We haven't done that. I haven't put like, when I used to frequent McDonald's, I would do that. Put the fries on the quarter pounder.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. We're in. We're all in.
Not for you? It's not for you?
I would try it. It's not the weirdest thing I ever heard. It's not like, putting like crickets on it. It's French. I would do it. I would do it. So next time we're in Pittsburgh, we'll French fries on a sandwich. I hope I'm not insulting Pittsburghians. Okay. So before we get into the game, one more like kind of random question. So if you, Primanti Brothers, thanks Mom. Appreciate you. If you were frozen in an Austin Powers scenario, okay, so you've been frozen, right? So what would be the first thing that you would do after you thawed out?
Well, all I can think about is his ridiculously long urination relieving himself.
Iconic.
Yeah. After I thawed out, I'd probably ask for some clothes.
Okay.
And ask like what year was I in? Yeah, is that it would do?
This is great.
Do I get that information?
Sure. Yeah, you can have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd ask what year was I in? Can I get some clothes? And can I get a cheeseburger from Tower Deli in East Nashville? Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. With or without French fries on it?
With French fries. Come on, I've been in cryo freeze. Starving.
You're hungry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Great answer. It's the first time I've asked that, and that was the perfect answer. So, okay. Now we have a game. This is a game of Would You Rather. there is no wrong answers. Whatever you
Okay.
choose is completely correct. And if you
Okay.
want to explain why you pick something, that's fine too. And if not,
Let
that's
me get
cool
close.
too.
All right,
So
perfect.
here we go. Would you rather? Oh, okay. Have to turn into a talking cat for a month or have to dance for 24 hours straight? With or without the
Well,
cone bra? That's up to you.
well, of course, you would think that I would want to talk like a cat for a month, but I'm sort of talking like a cat for the rest of my life, the way this is going. So I would dance for 24 straight hours because I like to dance, and I can only dance for maybe like 20, 30 minutes these days at my age. So if I could dance for 24 hours, that'd be awesome. That'd be
Oh my
amazing.
God. Such good cardio.
For real. For real
Yeah.
on the real. Yes.
And so what are you hoping plays on the dance mix? I mean, we have to have Huey Lewis in the news. Like they're in.
Yes.
Who else do we want to hear?
Oh my gosh. I like some EDM. I'll hear some EDM, maybe some
Okay.
Michael Jackson, some hip hop, some like I think if you're gonna dance for straight out for 24 straight hours, you're gonna need some time to like chill. So maybe some like Diggable Planets, some Far Side, some hip hop that you can just like hang out and like just do this too.
Like bob your head to a little bit. Like
Bob your head too. Yeah, maybe move like an ankle. I'm moving an ankle right now. You can't tell, but I'm moving an ankle. Conserving the energy so that when they get on the the dead mouse, then you're ready to go again.
Perfect. I love it. Okay. Perfect answer. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather? Boop. Oh, okay. Own an original Back to the Future DeLorean or own the original, I guess it's his like incognito outfit from Back to the Future Part 2.
Gosh, you know what's funny? And I just thought of this. So when I was working on the Munsters today, we were shooting on the same lot. We were shooting on the Universal lot at the same time they were shooting Back to the Future 2, when they were shooting all the future sequences. So I was on set almost every day watching them film, and I became friendly with a lot of people. And I became friendly with Michael J. Fox's stunt double because where Michael J. Fox and I are sort of similar heights, stunt double similar heights to me, and I bought his t-shirt and jeans that he wore, and I ended up I think I just donated them to Goodwill because they were the jeans were so like these were for like Michael J. Fox. They were so small and skinny they wouldn't even fit me. So having done that, having owned an original outfit from Back to the Future 2, I'm gonna have to go with a DeLorean.
It's a great choice.
Yes.
Now, how much of the original footage with Eric Stoltz have you watched?
Anything that they've shown, I've seen.
Yeah, ditto. I'm very interested in like, I mean, because they filmed a good majority of it. I would like to see it, but I heard it was just a much darker, different take.
Well, I mean, Eric Stoltz is a very gifted, very talented actor, but he's not a comedian. I think you need certain comic chops, and Michael J. Fox was perfect for that. I can't imagine anyone else doing it now, and we've seen an example of it, and not that Eric was doing anything wrong, it just wasn't part of the vision of what the filmmakers were wanting, and Michael J. Fox with his little, promptu spins and his he's tiny guy but tough. I think that's why I kind of I appreciated him so much. Can't imagine anyone else.
Fair enough. Okay, here is the next one. These are only getting more complicated. I apologize. Okay, so would you rather perform in a Huey Lewis and the News cover band or perform in a Powerline cover band?
Oh my gosh, I would definitely pick Huey Lewis in the News cover band because I can actually sing those songs. I can't sing the Powerline songs. We'll leave that up to Tevin Campbell.
Okay.
Everyone else who's that talented.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well I look.
Although I'll bet Huey Lewis could nail an eye to eye. I bet he could do his own version of that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that'd be so great. Okay, so here's the next one. Would you rather? Bring back Janko jeans or bring back windbreaker suits?
Oh man, I'm gonna go for the windbreaker suits. The Janko jeans were just a little too much for me. Okay. I never had them, but I did my rave phase, and I've seen a lot of them, and I was like, wow, they're like two other people in each leg. Like what is that? What is the width for? What do you need all that leg room for crying out loud?
Yeah.
But the windbreaker suits, the caveat is like it's the sound, when
Yeah.
someone's coming. But I
Yeah.
I'll do the windbreaker suits. What about you?
So I had Jenko jeans. I enjoyed them, very roomy, but like they would always get wet at the bottom. So your feet were just like always soaking because like the
Yes.
bottom of the pants. I
Yes.
remember once I got in trouble because I wore them to temple one day and the rabbi did not appreciate that. So
Didn't Max Goof? It looked like Max Goof is wearing Jinko jeans. So like they were very wide at the bottom. They covered up like most of the heel and stuff.
I mean, I think we should look into that. I don't know, possible.
Kid, were you a rave person? Did you do that?
No, I didn't. But like, it's never too late to start.
It's because her mom's watching. She can't say it.
No, my parents. No, they're fine. They're fine. They don't care. I'm sure my parents raved too. But no, I never did. I never did. But I know.
I'm general. It's a stereotype that's probably not fair. I'm just associating. I mean, there's Jinko jeans are probably not rave jeans, but that's the thing I would see.
I feel like now they would be. And I don't know whether you've been down here for there's like a huge weekend Ultra Music Festival. Have you ever been to Ultra in Miami?
No, I have not. I've only been in Miami once.
Okay.
I know you have a great regional burn that I'd like to check out. A Burning Man, a regional Burning Man, Love Burn, that I want to check out. But I haven't. But I'll have to come back to Miami and check out the.
Yeah, you should do that. And then Ultra. It's like a huge yeah. Okay. Put it on the list. Put it on the list after Pittsburgh, Miami. Okay. Here's the next one. Oh gosh, this one kind of sucks.
Okay. I love it.
Would you rather? This one I'm sure you won't love. Would you rather do a recording session right after getting a shot of Novocaine, or do a recording session right after eating a ghost pepper? Ugh.
I'm gonna go with the Novocaine. Cadet. Yeah, I cannot do the ghost pepper things at all. Even recreationally, there's no way. No, I can work around. I think I've done enough voiceover where I can work around the dead part of my mouth, and maybe who knows? Maybe we'll make like an interesting character.
There you go. Okay, good choice. Good choice. All right, we got two more. Here we go. Would you rather? Oh, okay. Co-host a Disney variety show with Christy Carlson Romano, or be part of an Elf reboot?
It's too hard. I would love to host a Disney variety show with Christy Carlson Romano. That'd be so much fun. And I would love to do an Elf reboot. Okay, how about we'll do it like Tracy Ullman style. You remember the Tracy Ullman show? That kind of started the whole Simpsons thing. Yes. So we'll do a variety show, and then our weekly sketches will be like 5-minute episodes of a Alf reboot that turns it into a bigger thing. I'm combining the two because I want it all. I'll
allow it. All right, and here's the final one.
I got so excited, like it's a real thing. It's like, oh my God. I mean, this is a great idea. I would love to do this.
But like, who's to say it won't be?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, who's to say it isn't a real thing?
Yes.
Okay, here's the last one. Would you rather live in Erie, Indiana for an entire year or spend a night in the Sanderson sisters' house?
Well, since I've spent hundreds of nights in the Sanderson sisters' house, and nothing could be any weirder, I think I could handle going to Erie, Indiana, perhaps. Yes.
Okay. Good choice. Very good choice. So, well, that ends our game. You did great. You got them all right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That was too much fun.
Yay. Well, before we do wrap this up, because I know you're going to see Doctor Strange. I'm going to see Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yes.
It's all happening. Any final thoughts you want to leave us with here today?
Oh my gosh, you know what? Yes, because I just saw Everything Everywhere All at Once.
How was it? Oh my gosh.
Outstanding. I mean, such a visual feast. Great story, great performances. I love seeing Ki Kwan again. Ki, who was in, speaking of Indiana Jones and Goonies, and I actually worked with Ki in an episode of Tales from the Crypt, 30 years ago. But he's fantastic in it, and I didn't realize how big of a part he had. But the theme of what I took away from it is that life is short, and just be kind to one another. So this planet is going to keep spinning with or without us. We have a very precious time here, I know the world is kind of crazy. Let's not take things so personally. Let's try to like each other a little bit more if we can.
Amen.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't agree more. That's
yeah.
yeah, it's good words to live by. We know you have Nashville Comic-Con coming up in about a month, but any other projects you're allowed to tell us about or anything coming up on the docket?
Gosh, what am I allowed to talk about? I think it could be loosey goosey about this. I did
Okay.
a Batman animated straight to VOD movie. There's so
Okay.
many of them. You don't know which one it's going to be.
No, I don't.
I did one of those. I did a Scooby-Doo movie, animated, and what did I just? Oh, I'm a recurring like small part in the new Transformers series that's coming out on Nickelodeon, and gosh, I'm sure there's other things. I'm going to be at MomoCon in Atlanta this month. If anyone would like to come and see me personally, I will be there all the days. Doing the signings and the pictures and maybe I'll dress up. I don't know.
Oh my God, you
Maybe
totally should.
Yes.
Yay. Well, this has been such a pleasure. You are such a joy. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for asking me. What a pleasure. What a privilege.
Oh, well, stop. Before I do release you back into the worlds, we're going to go over our upcoming guests that we have coming up for May, June. So
you got it.
Okay, so next Tuesday we have performer Megan Lindsay. Next Thursday, speaking of Tales from the Crypt, we have John Kassir. We also have
Constantine.
I know.
I voted for him. I called the number on American Idol. I called for Constantine.
Who did it? Constantine is the man. We love Constantine.
Yes.
We also have wrestler Matt Raywald, who's Aiden English from WWE. We have Jared Reddick from the band Bowling for Soup. We have Steve Gonzalez from Ghost Nation and Ghost Hunters. We have Nicholas Wheeler from All American Rejects, also a Nashville guy. And then we have actor Andy McPhee. And then so many more coming up. We also have Jonah Ray joining us again. Lucas Rossi, also a Nashville guy. You Nashville guys are pretty popular.
Well, there's a lot of great talent here, you know,
Whew,
myself included. I can't play guitar as good as these guys, but we try.
It's all that matters. Well, thank you so much. We got to do this again sometime.
I would love to. Call me anytime, and please come visit me in Nashville. I'll come visit you in Miami. It'll be so much fun.
Deal. Right. You heard it here. It's verbal. That's a contract. We're going to make it happen. All right, guys. Until next week, have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see yins later. Bye.